You really expect us to behave?
We do. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream. And that's Cody in the background there. I just warned him to behave. He's up for a challenge, it seems. So we'll see what happens. I hope you guys enjoy the stream with us. We've got quite a few guys. We're going to do a group flight on VATSIM again. So we are in Puerto Rico, and we're going to go back to Orlando in Florida. So sit back, relax, enjoy it with us. There you go, guys. Welcome everybody that is on Discord with us. That's going to join us. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Good evening. Good morning to the United States.
Yeah, for sure. Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So, my Swift client just bombed out on me. I need to start that again. See what that's about. There we go. Seems better now. Right. I'm going to start filing everything on the VATSIM side of things. Delta. Alright, connect. Flight plan.
Miami Center's online right now.
Okay. We'll shout at him when we get there.
Give it 13 minutes, I'm sure he'll go off. Okay, well, I'm pretty much set to push back. I'm gonna go take like 5-10 minutes away from the PC. I'll be right back and we'll get up there whenever you guys are ready.
100%. Well, I said I spoke too much offline, so
No, dude, you're fine. I don't care.
I'm going to take
I
my time.
enjoy talking with you and stuff.
Okay, cool. TJSJ.
Yes, what I thought you'd say. I'm just playing.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Flight level. Okay. Guys, if you're on the stream and you want to fly with, you're welcome to come and join us. Estimated time on route. Ooh, nice long one. 2 hours 30 minutes according to my OFB. Fuel on board. Right, flight plan on VATSIM is filed. Let's get Kitscoop going so I can see who's there, who's not there.
Ground to cockpit. Can acknowledge. Coming through the menu when you are ready.
Well, Justin, you smoke cigars, do you not? Oh, he muted himself. Never mind. Do you smoke cigars, Nico?
Nope.
I'm smoking cigarettes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I used to smoke cigarettes a few years back up until I, had to quit.
Yeah, I only smoke mint cigarettes. Mint cigarette.
Yeah. I had this humidor. Was keeping all my cigars in about a year ago. I started losing humidity in it, and there, pretty much anything I did, regardless of whether it was adding, more humidifying packets or, the brick of humidifiers or whatever I did, it wasn't helping. It was just continuously dropping. Well, I got tired of, trying to maintain that humidor, and it just sat, for about a year. And I was sitting looking at it the other day, about 2 weeks ago, and I'm sitting there thinking, I've got like $300 in cigars in this box that are just dry as hell. I did some research, and they're like, oh, if you get a new box and, you get it humidified properly and, you don't have any issues with it, you can rejuvenate your cigars. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I go out and I buy this, this new box and, take like 5 days to properly season this thing and get it at right humidity. I've had these cigars in that box for about a week now, and they're just now starting to show a little bit of redemption in them.
I thought you were going to say it was not worthwhile doing that, but it's good news that you got something working there.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, yeah, it just wasn't worth trying to get that other box working.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were just issues with it. It was part of its glass, and with glass humidors, you just run the risk of having leaks.
Yeah, I got it.
Swift keeps dropping me like a bad habit.
Oh, no, mine's still connected. Try a different server.
Is it like a drop down?
On the connection page, somewhere, there should be a drop-down list. Yes.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
Did I actually export this thing? It's very possible I did not.
Are you Delta 810,
Yeah,
Nico?
yeah. There we go. Let's make it Delta 18.
Is Sakan flying with us? I see he went muted.
Don't know, not sure.
I'm not flying with. If anyone is waiting or something.
No, I'm just curious, man.
Okay, cool.
Okay, John, welcome back.
Uncle John.
Thank you.
Goofy 7.
Did you enjoy your meal?
How did you know that?
You said you were going to go
Because
make something.
Yeah, you said you were gonna go make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Trust me, it is a sandwich as well.
Good one. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, did you see that China Airlines just land?
No, I'm not looking outside. I'm looking at, there's the China Airlines. I'm looking at the flight plan and we get vectors so quickly. I've got a CAA China Airlines showing me in American airline colors. Interesting. That's a fail on the model matching.
Yeah, I see the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to take the vectors then. We'll stick to that. We'll fly according to plan. But let's step through this thing.
Yeah. Do you ever go through an emergency briefing or anything like that?
No, no. My wife does not like to hear that. If she calls me, I just need to land. Okay, and if I have to tell her I've got an emergency, I need to go around, she'll kill me. So I've skipped the whole simulation and even bothering with any errors and things. I either land or I switch off. So I've never gone to that extent where I do any emergency stuff. I do the normal checks. That's it.
Ah, okay.
My failures are off, so I shouldn't get any emergencies on top of that. Speaking of which,
Nope, just curious.
yeah. Right, and then looks like we've got another vector there. Burn vector, that's correct. Okay, interesting. We'll leave it at that because we don't know what the ATC is going to assign us, so that's fine. We shall overcome.
Captain has turned the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are properly put away. All overhead bins are closed and all passengers are seated.
So, Cody,
Yeah.
given that we're in Colombia, we bringing a load back, or?
We're not in Colombia. We're in Puerto Rico.
Oh. Still, we're bringing a load back?
No.
Wow.
You can, but don't say it live on air. That white powder, some government agencies frown upon them.
Yeah, oh yeah, by the way, Nico's live.
Oh.
And I'm on the
Morning,
phone.
Well, I kept it discreet.
Yeah, you did. Nobody knows anything. Don't worry. You're safe.
You're talking about sugar?
Yes, of course. What did you think?
First you get the sugar, then you get the women, then you get the power.
The power, yes.
The customs dog will be waiting.
We'll use the back exit.
Yeah, then you get apprehended at the airport trying to smuggle 1.5 kilos of Colombian cocaine into the country. Lose your pilot's license, lose your job,
Oh man, Air
get
America.
raped in prison.
Oh man, I'd probably be currency in jail.
Yeah.
Get like
Except
a towel
you'd
and wear
only-
us over the schedule.
Dude, they wouldn't even give you a towel, and you're lucky to get a schedule.
You mean I'm
Your
gonna be
schedule
shared?
is when they want you.
You'll be on timeshare, don't worry. It's just one of those things.
Yeah. You're like an endless limit of credit.
Happened to you, Cody? You used to be nice and friendly and respectful.
Don't worry. The rest of
Now
us
you're
will
just more
protect
animal than man.
you. Some people like it. You just realize that.
Look, I can't just whisper sweet nothings into your ear. There's got to be some truth to everything. I mean,
When Cody took me on pilotage for the first time, I was having like a real stressed right out, and I was like, "What do I do?" And he was just like, when we were finally doing this thing, I was like, "What do I do?" He's like, "Don't be a bitch, just fly."
Just fly the plane. Aviate, navigate,
like-
communicate.
because they were just his only issues. They're just throwing so many. He just wasn't used to the quickness.
Yeah.
Even with them telling him he's new, they were just like wop wop wop, and they're giving him all these things. And I'm like, look, they're telling you the same thing that they're telling me because I was in front of them. I go, just listen to what they're telling me, and expect that in a couple of minutes, and then it'll give him time to set his MCP or whatever the hell for the transition, and he started doing that, and it was great.
Awesome.
Prior to that, I was like, I'm new. This is my first flight on pilotage, and they were like, okay, cleared to Los Angeles. There, boat J departure, Meisen transition, then a spot climb via City. And I was just like, and I went into my garage and cried after that.
Oh, shit. Did you
The
take
best,
it?
I got a really good
bunch of
pilot edge
beer.
story for you guys. Really good pilot edge story. So, Cody and I are flying into Los Angeles, and we're probably about 5,000 feet, and both of our TCAS alerts go off, and he's like, "How could there be a contact behind me? Why would it go off like that?" And I said, "Oh, mine went off with something in front of me." And he's like, "I'm in front of you." And he went, "How fast are you traveling?" I went, 290. And he went, "Oh my God, slow down."
Ah. Yeah, do they still have those AI drones and stuff flying on Pilot Edge?
Yeah, they do. You see it a lot, in areas that really aren't populated.
MOAs and stuff.
And they don't, yeah, and they don't really, it's weird. It doesn't populate a blip on your, on the fish finder.
Mhm.
It just gives the audible. It blips out traffic twice, and then it shuts up, and you're just like, you're looking for it, and you're like, oh, I don't get it.
Oh.
Okay, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Fake planes.
Are you guys already in the air?
Negative.
No.
Almost ready. I need about 3-4 minutes and I'll be ready.
Late to the
I'm
party
ready to
and
push.
ready to go. That's cool.
Why don't you
Yeah,
push,
Cody,
Cody? Push, Cody.
Oh, well then I shall.
Sorry about that, Cody. I went upstairs to get like another cup of coffee, and there was like a tsunami of cat barf, so I had to deal.
Wow.
Glad I'm finished with my dinner.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Flight Deck, welcome aboard our flight today. We're wrapping up the final paperwork here to get you on your way momentarily. I want to thank you so much for your company and
I forgot what terminal I'm on.
enjoy the ride. Again, welcome aboard.
I'm on the runway. I just hit pause. I'll just wait for you guys.
Ground to cockpit. Tau is driving up.
Right, I've requested pushback. My ground services are pulling back and all the doors are closed.
I've been bugging the shit out of Cody all week. I'm like, so we're going flying Saturday, right? He's like, I'll have to look into it. I'm like, so we're going flying Saturday.
Well, here's the thing, Justin. And it's not like I was trying to ditch you, but my dad has been gone for 8 days in Michigan. Dealing with family, and it's like always just a really stressful type of time.
Ready to connect.
So he was coming back last night or yesterday afternoon, and I was like, oh, we'll just hang out and do whatever, all day Saturday. So it's kind of like dependent on what time, I saw you online and everything, Because I freaking love flying, dude. It's fun. I can't wait to start real pilot training. That'll be so awesome.
Tau connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
That's as far as the train goes for me, man.
Right, I'm pushing.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Yeah, I'm sending my fake stairs away.
Come on, other way. Well, guys, we'll see if Escobar made this flight, and then we'll know the cargo that's on board. So I'm just leaving it there.
Nico, you're a hero.
The dogs will have a field day.
Uncle John, as long as you leave the side door
But
open, it's fine.
he's the hero we need, not the hero we deserve. You should start doing all your streams in a Batman mask. I'd be really happy about that.
Yeah, well, I told you many, many months ago when we were still getting to know each other, you know. Nobody's seen me and Batman at the same time in the same room yet.
Mm.
And there was me hoping you'd keep that secret.
Yes.
I said to Cody one time, I was like, would you mind if I drank on this flight? I think you,
I
what
drink
did you
on
say,
my
Cody?
flights.
I think you said you do what you gotta do, baby.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the most important thing is that it's a sim and not real life. Like, if you think I'm stupid enough to drink in a real cockpit, you got another thing coming. As far as I'm
So,
concerned,
did
this is a glorified computer game.
Did I see right that the flight controls for Honeycomb are like done or damn near close to?
Yeah, they're taking
Yeah,
pre-orders.
they're taking orders.
Look at the
Yep,
old
they-
savings account right now. Have there been any reviews? Because I always like to wait for reviews.
They can't be if it hasn't been released yet.
Oh, they're taking orders, but it hasn't. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Selectito, stand by.
Don't you love the trim wheel, Cody? It's not even real. It's just cosmetic.
No, it should work.
Yeah, this one works.
I really hope so.
Oh no, this sound motorized.
It's not
But it
motorized.
works.
Yeah, it's just not
No, no,
motorized.
but you could like turn it to set it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I love my trim wheel this side. I tell you what, it really works very nicely. I mean, to move it. It doesn't move the actual Zibo trim wheel, but it does move the trim actually. So, fair enough. Right. Okay. So let's put on our transponder and
We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
let's have a look at these jobs. We're going to use Sierra. Taxi, holding point, runway 08. There you go, I've done my legal requirements. We've got the pin, thank you guys. Let's get our map going. 7, right. Taxi lights, all the rest double check. Oh, flaps. There we go. Speed brake is down, waiting for flaps 5 and the green light. There we go. Alright, let's get going. Get my chart on here so I see where I'm taxiing. Oh, Cody, I've got you on my TCAS.
Yeah, I'm going over to 8.
Cool.
Are you going to 10?
8.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I put 10.
Doesn't matter. If you're on that side, it's easier to do 10 than to come all the way around.
Yeah, but I didn't have enough stopping distance with my required weight.
Yeah.
Man, I'm all over the place. I should have been like on the spot since I was done prepping before everybody. I'm like still checking things off the checklist, rolling down the tarmac. Stupid.
That happens.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you, honey. You too.
Oh, that's cute. She loves you, Nico. She really loves you.
I know.
She just wants your money, dog.
I know that too. That's why she's in the back. Uncle John,
Yes, sir.
look at my screen. I'm going to zoom in. And then I want you to pay attention to this little one over here. It says position, strobe, and steady.
Yeah. I sorted that earlier, mate.
All right, so I'm lifting that. That's where the strobe lights are. So strobes are now on. We've got the beacon on. The wing lights are off because it's daylight. If we need them later, we'll switch them on. We don't need logo lights, also daylight. No use having them on now. All the pressurization is set up. All the volts and amps are correct. Flaps 5 green light. We've got an 18, 19 knot wind according to our display there. This is going to be fun, so we'll hold on for dear life. Do the best we can.
Wing lights are only for inspection most of the time.
Of course, at night they serve the purpose to inspect the wings for icing. So we don't need them during the day anyway.
Okay.
But seeing as Zibo built them to be the trigger, I need to do my broadcast again, for that beautiful announcement, we use it for the announcement, and then when I get to this point, I just lift them up again because it served its purpose.
Nico,
Yes.
you can change it to strobe lights only.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm happy
Okay.
with this. I'm quite happy with this. But thanks for that. I appreciate your input. Much appreciated. Traffic.
Are you getting wind shear alert?
Nope. Not yet. No. Let me actually look at active sky. Hold on. No, I don't have any wind shear alert on active sky.
I'm getting them in my TCAS, and my FMC's going between 200259 between 12 and 36 knots.
Wow. Yeah, no, I don't have that. Are you actually using the VATSIM servers for your weather in active sky, or are you using the NOAA weather servers? Because I switched mine over to the VATSIM weather because I'm flying on VATSIM. Well,
Approaching 08.
I've made my announcements. We should be fine. We're going to get on this runway and get going.
On runway 08.
I'm pushing down on this nose. Yeah, this wind is tough.
You having to hold the wing down?
I'm having to fight the wind.
No, are you holding the wing
No.
down?
Push the column forward so that I get more speed faster, because that runway is short. So I'm
Okay.
pushing the control column forward so I can just get my speed going. Right. Well, that was kind of uneventful then at the end. Made it safe.
I totally should have rejected that takeoff. That was terrible.
We didn't see it. Shh. It's fine. It was perfect, Cody. So, man, what happened?
Leave it in bed.
I'm enjoying you in Discord and YouTube. I'm currently HC at Amsterdam.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm just watching the stream and learning the Zibo in the background.
Okay, cool.
I'm on Discord and passing 5,600 feet, and
Offline.
will be, and I'm offline.
Yeah, okay. These active sky clouds are not bad, I must admit. They're kind of nice.
No, I like them. I use them.
Well, that was a turn up for Formula One.
Indeed, it was.
That lad's gonna go well, isn't he? He's certainly looking to be a threat to Hamilton.
Yeah, I think if the other Red Bull driver, Gasly, can pick up the pace a bit, that Red Bull could actually compete for constructors.
The Clerk is the other one I like.
He's okay, I just don't like it when he gets all, you know, when everything is going okay, he's quiet. When everything goes wrong, he jumps on the...
He's still learning though.
Yeah.
He's got the ability.
John, I never watched last week's race, but I believe it was quite exciting.
Oh my God, you missed a race and a half. One of the best races ever.
Well, that was insane last weekend.
Germany.
Yeah, I believe the rain caused a bit of a problem here and there.
Oh, you could say.
What was the incident that caused Hamilton to go from 11th to 9th?
Basically, a bad time in the pits. They kept him there for ages. They were in a right mess.
Yeah, like what happened is he came along the last corner and then he hit the barrier. So obviously, well, he broke his front wing, so he just immediately drove into the pits, and the pit crew weren't ready for him. So they ran around like chickens without heads, looking for tires and fitting a new.
They didn't even know though which tyre to use.
Yeah, it was.
It was a mess.
He must have been as happy as a pork chop.
I've never seen Mercedes so unorganised.
Hey, you know, the wheel turns, might turn slowly. Everybody's got to have a turn at some stage or other of things not going right.
Yeah, you can't always win.
No, you can't. Hamilton won't give up though tomorrow, promise you.
Passing 22.
28.6.
Oh my God, they've got 3 dog units at Orlando waiting.
Are they toy poms, Rottweilers, or German Shepherd? Do you know?
German Shepherds.
Ah.
Sorry, there's one Oh God, what's
French
that one
poodle,
there?
the French poodle, the white one with
No,
the
no, no.
with the
No,
poofter
no,
haircut.
no. Little Jack Russell,
Oh shit, they are bad. That's bad news. Shit.
ankle biter.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Well, there was a shooting in El Paso, Texas,
When?
just now.
Oh.
Wow.
In a Walmart.
Oy.
Aye, aye, aye.
I see I've got something on my radar here at 11 o'clock. About 60 miles from me, there's some weather.
Yeah, I've got the same. I've got you at about 30 miles out from me.
Mm-hmm.
You catching him up?
I don't know. I'm still in climb, so
Yeah, I'm still climbing too.
Orlando's only like 96 feet above sea level.
Yep.
doesn't it go?
Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, we've leveled off now at our cruising altitude. We're going to go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. I'd like to kindly ask if you are staying in your seats to keep those seatbelts comfortably fastened for your safety. Onboard computer showing an on-time arrival, no ATC delays either. We're going to stay quiet up here, have you enjoy the flight and the service. Once again, welcome aboard.
Well, guys, I'm in the cruise. I'm gonna go AFK for 5 or so minutes, or maybe 10 minutes. I shall be back soon.
How dare you?
Well, my cockpit is not fitted with a loo, so I need to make a plan.
Fair comment. Fair comment.
We shall talk later.
We will. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks. Listen, I'm going to leave your voices on stream, so if somebody comes up and asks a question, you can talk back. I'm just muting my mic, okay?
Okay.
Senior Captain John, you got that control, eh?
Looks like it. It looks like it.
Don't let us down. Don't let us down. I'm also in cruise at the moment.
Well, you stay in the cruise. Make sure that you stay in the cruise.
I will.
Just keep an eye on that storm up ahead.
Cody, I think you're ahead of me. I haven't even got to the difference between the two FIRs, I mean. So I don't know how far ahead that storm is.
Yeah, I'm looking on my other map.
Work on progress.
I'm busy looking on windy right now.
Yeah, I've sped up a bit.
I'm about 25 miles from SAPPO.
Yeah, I'm 18.
Right, I'm back. Hey guys, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I didn't realize that I went to the AFK room in Discord. So anyway, yeah, here I am. Tony, what position are you currently at ATC there?
Oh my God, he's back.
Oh,
That was a very long pee, mate.
no, I didn't only do that. I spoke to the wife, spoke to Reinhard once or twice.
I thought to myself, God, he's hanging on for dear life by the sound of it.
No. There's no kidney stones and blockages and hanging and swinging on the chandeliers or anything.
Nico, just to come back to your question, I am at Amsterdam Tower for the ATC. I had a lot of traffic, so
Okay,
that's
okay.
the delay.
Sure. I imagine that.
The Cody's about 7 miles ahead of me.
Okay.
Just don't run into the back of him.
Well, I obviously don't have radio contact with Cody. Cody, are you here?
He's AFK at the moment.
Okay. He took a slightly different route than me because I'm watching him on the scope now. And he's like miles away from where I am.
Sure he hasn't gone into a hold.
Difficult to say from this perspective. No, I don't think he would have gone into a hold. But instead of flying north west, he's just flying west, according to QScoop. So,
Well, if he's out of the cockpit, he may well have lost the autopilot.
I hope not.
Well, I'm flying. My heading is 281 at the moment, so I'm basically flying.
Yeah, his will be more than that. Even more than that. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Well, we have Jacksonville Center now online as well, together with Miami Center, and then we have got ground. Okay. Interesting, I'm reading through the Orlando ATIS now. We've got the runways completely on the other side now. They exchanged it. Runway 18 right and 17 left are the landing runways. Simultaneous approach. Runway 17 right and 35 left close until further notice. Okay.
Means that we just got to do a little bit more
Yeah.
calculations here.
Yeah, we'll change the FMC and the planning and everything a little bit later. There's still freaking 600 nautical miles almost to go to top of descent, so we'll wait another 3 and then we'll do all that. I didn't realize this was such a long flight.
Yeah, I got 728 top of descent.
Okay.
About an hour and 20 minutes to top of descent.
Yeah, it's a wee while still to go. You guys are so quiet. What's happening?
I have a little busy at Amsterdam.
Never thought a 737 could be this intimidating.
Well, I tell you what, my favorite thing is when I do support on this aircraft and the guy tells me, I've got 3,000 hours on the PMDG. This one is broken, or this is a bug. And I fall off my chair. So
Yeah.
happy learning, mate. Happy learning. Just put your head down and learn the Boeing.
I have to tell you something. After reading some of your, reading some of the messages that come through saying whatever the situation is, this doesn't work, or the new fix is faulty, whatever. And then to actually sometimes just see your replies and you just post exactly where they must go and look for whatever they need to look for, and go there and look for it. And I have to laugh sometimes when I see some of your comments.
Yeah. Some of them I do while biting on my lip. Yeah, because you don't want to be rude to idiots. But sometimes you want to wring their necks because they're lazy and they don't want to read and they don't want to study and they want everything on this silver platter. And you know what? I've learned to cope with it, George. We were talking earlier, me and Uncle John, about coping and things like that. I think I've matured a lot, you know, because in the beginning, tell you what, if I could commit murder and kill some of these guys, it would have happened. Thank God I'm 20,000 miles away from most of them. But I've learned to cope and I've learned to handle the guys with respect even, you know. Just say to them, you know, don't do it this way, do it that way, and go read here, go read there. Eish. But it's been a process to get me there as well, because it's so not what I used to be like.
Yeah, I understand that, because you yourself are lucky. With me having been in the corporate operation, and I had a lot of people underneath me at the time. They wanted everything just handed to them. They didn't want to think for themselves. They didn't want to try and apply anything that maybe I might have taught them. They just wanted me to come. Oh, it doesn't work. I must come with them and go and solve the problem. And yeah, sometimes I just wanted to, like you said, throttle people or knock 7 colors of daylight out of them or something like that. But it just didn't happen. It just, you just had to bite your. That's why I got so many blisters under on my lower lip.
You see, my big change came when, and I didn't know this for a long time. I didn't know this. I obviously speak to Twixter and some of the other guys often, but I never realized that he actually joined our Facebook group, and he was silently in the wind there, just checking everything out. And I thank God that I changed, that I, out of my own self, decided to just handle it differently than flying off the handle every time. And 6 months down the line, I said to him, Dexter, don't you want to come and join me here on this Facebook group? And he laughed and he said, I've been there for like 6 months already. And I mean, he's just one. There are other team members in our group as well now. And then, I have to behave myself because I'm a representative some days, and you don't want to throw away your good name by being an asshole as well. So, yes, I'm thankful I changed, but I promise you, I bite on my lip sometimes.
Well, hello everyone. I stepped into this conversation at an interesting point. How's everyone's day otherwise?
Oh, very well, and welcome.
Good day.
Where y'all at?
Oh, we're almost well, past the Caribbean on our way to freaking Miami somewhere, and then on to KMCO, Orlando. But it's a wee while to go.
Oh, a wee while.
Yeah.
Is that like an hour, or is that like
8:42 Zulu. So you're talking an hour and 20 minutes approximately left.
yeah? That's not too bad.
No, but
Are there VATSIM controllers online, or are you guys offline for this flight?
no, we're online, and when I checked the last time, yeah, we've got Miami Center and Jacksonville Center, and also Miami, Orlando ground.
Gotcha. That'll be interesting then. I might just pop in when you guys are about to land and then watch y'all land. But
100%.
I had a fun time last night with Tony, man. He hopped on Amsterdam on IVAO and controlled for me. That was pretty.
Yeah, I saw the conversation there. Yeah, good, well done.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting time. Although I don't think I installed something right because I couldn't see the plane he wanted me to intercept.
Yeah, it happens. Just run your installer again, or check your steps.
I'm just glad it works on VATSIM, you know.
Yep.
Well, when y'all start to get closer, let me know. I might hop on at Shaw and take off from Shaw and come meet up with you guys or something.
Cool.
Yeah, I must think of maybe installing Swift at some stage or other.
For sure, for sure. You have to join us.
It's definitely worth it. Like, I don't know if it's the difference between Swift and Squawk Box or whatnot, but I could definitely understand some people a lot better with Swift than I could with Squawk Box.
There's no difference. The only difference is on your PC. So if you check your audio setup properly, you should have it work on both sides. Then, and there's one small difference. In Squawk Box, there is an UHF or VHF modulator that you must just switch off. Once that's off, there's no problem with the stuff. These people going on about the VATSIM codec are living in La La Land. It's a bunch of ignorant people that heard a story and now there's a felt fire. You know, it's like it's just going. The codec's got nothing to do with it. It's absolute hogwash, and unfortunately, the message that comes through doesn't exactly explain what is meant. But everybody's sitting and waiting for this codec. Codec's going to do bugger all, nothing. There's going to be a lot of egg in a lot of people's faces when that thing lands and the guys still have problems because they never took the time to explain what the real story is.
Got you. I just know with Squawk Box, like, I couldn't understand anybody. I don't know what it was with that, but it does seem like Swift's better.
Yeah, what you need to do, the basics of VATSIM audio is this. You need to make sure that in your Windows control panel setup, when you go to your voice setup, it must do nothing, because inherently and by default, the Windows voice setup looks at your voice over IP applications, and depending on what is running at the same time, it will literally half or 3/4 downgrade your audio for you automatically. That's how Windows has been designed. So you need to find that one setting and change it to say do nothing. In Squawk Box, you need to take the modulation off because that is super bad. It's just terrible. All right, and then you just need to calibrate your microphone properly. If you do those three things, and your mic volume in your Windows control panel needs to be at 100%. Once you do those four things, right, you won't have a problem. It will sound the same whether you're using Swift or whether you're using Squawk Box, anything. The codec has got nothing to do with it. The codec has got one function, and that's to encapsulate audio and to transport audio. It's got nothing to do with quality. So, and that's what most of the guys don't understand. There's this whole misconception of what it's about. So just check your settings.
Gotcha. I'm trying to find that now to see if I can find it.
I'll show you quickly.
Yeah, because the only thing I've got under device properties for my input from my microphone is disable the microphone and then volume.
No, you
So I don't
need
know
this.
if maybe that's changed.
No, you need the specific thing. I'm going to give it to you now. You need to go to the actual control panel. You know, Windows 10 is busy changing the look and feel, but you need to find this. I'm going to just dump it here for you in general chat quickly, above your head there in general chat. That's the first one that you need. You need to go to that one, then you need to go to the levels. Oh, come on, man. No. Oh, now I need to take the picture again. Shift, print screen.
Shift, Windows.
No, I've got utilities doing it for me. What the hell? Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm pressing the wrong button. It's me.
Oops, daisy.
Right, and then the next one that you need is communications. Shift, print screen. Right, so if you read from the top down, you'll see there, if you go into that control panel in Windows, you've got playback, recording, sound, and communication. So under your recording, you need to have your mic at 100%. Then if you go to communications, it needs to be set to do nothing. Alright.
I found that. Sweet.
Alright, and then what you need to do is inside of your plugin, your Squawk Box plugin, just take off the modulation, because that messes everything up.
Well, I don't have Squawk Box anymore. I just use Swift all the way
Fantastic.
now. So.
Okay, so that's fine. If you do this, you'll have an even better experience. That's all you need. That's all anybody ever was supposed to tell the people. But I don't know if it's a question of ignorance or embarrassment or what it is. But for some reason, this message just doesn't get through to the, people on the ground level. I have helped thousands of people. Just set this thing up and they will come back and they say, we didn't know this. Why didn't anybody tell us this? I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny how information like that gets lost in the making, huh?
Yeah.
Is Cody even up right now?
Well, he's online and he was here. Whether he's still here, don't know. I can see he's here physically, but I'm not sure if he's actually on channel.
I haven't heard from him.
Don't
Who's that?
Cody.
He asked. He said that he needed to go away, and he'll be back just now. So.
Okay.
He just asked us to look and to just let him loose for a while.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's what you got to do sometimes at cruise.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went and got groceries.
There you go.
Lucky they're not flying for BA Virtual.
Yeah, I'll probably fly for Alaska Airlines whenever I can figure out which one I want to join, because there's only like 3 or 4 of them out there. So it's just like, okay, which one is the best one for me to join?
Talking about like virtual aircraft?
No, I'm talking about Alaska Airlines in general. Like, they have 3 or 4 different Alaska virtual airlines.
I think Cody flies with Southwest Virtual.
Yes, me too.
He does.
Nico used to, I don't know if he still does fly for BA Virtual, but they wanted so much for you to do. Like you couldn't be away from your keyboard. You had to give an input. I don't know, within an hour or something like that. I don't know. Nico knows.
Yeah, no, I still am a member, but I've gone on holiday, and once that is up, I'm not going to stop them from kicking me. I tried to resign. They don't give you an option to resign by yourself. So all I'm gonna do is just ignore all the emails to tell me to go fly before they kick me, and then once they kick me, that will be the end of BA Virtual in my life.
Wow, that's crazy.
Did they have like shitty policies and stuff?
Well, yeah, you can't leave your cockpit every hour. You need to give a position report, kind of a thing. It just gets too much, and you have to fly one flight every month. I don't have time for shit like that. It's a game. It's not real world. Yeah, it's cool. They want to simulate proper procedure. Kudos to them and everybody that flies with them. I've had enough. I'm just way too busy for that. Just too busy for that.
Yeah, I know when I used to fly on Infinite Flight, I flew with a military group on there because that's pretty much all I loved to fly on there was fighters and cargo aircraft. And they're like, oh no, you got to submit PIREPs and you got to do this and you got to do that. And then you got to, they put me in a higher up position in the group. So they're like, oh, now we need you to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm a single parent to 3 kids. I don't have that much time. If you want to demote me, go ahead. I'll drop down to the lower levels and just fly when I can, but I ain't got time for all that.
I don't fly for any of them because I like to drink.
There you go. There's the excuse of the hour. I like to drink.
Nice.
Now, well, that's one of
I
the
love using
reasons.
that.
Sorry.
Sorry, Nico.
Go.
I was saying I love telling that to people. They're like, "Oh, what do you do in your free time?" I'm like, "I mostly fly planes and drink."
Where are you from, Blaine?
Northern Canada.
Oh wow. Okay. Eastern side or western?
Western.
Oh, okay.
Edmonton, Alberta.
I drove through there on my way back down from Alaska to North Carolina. So.
I don't know what obviously I don't think too much is different from, when you go from like the 737 to the 747 in navigation and stuff, but gee whiz. Wow, just imagine, no, the 737 is so cool, it's just going bigger what it is be like.
Yeah,
I did that when I got the SSG one, and it really didn't take me that long because like a Boeing is a Boeing. But there's inherent things that are different, and we don't have PG or PMDG or whatever. So there's a whole section of the entire plane that you don't ever use because they don't have.
Yeah, I was curious about that because based off of what I was reading about the SSG aircraft, is they're a little bit better than the stock as far as all the stuff you can actually operate on the aircraft versus the Zibo. But it's still it's not 100%. So it's just like, I've got this free 737. Granted, I'm sure if Zibo had made the plane from the get-go, it would be payware, which I'd have no issue paying for. But you're paying $60 for an aircraft, you should have full functionality of it. And that's one thing that irritates me about a lot of these aircraft that are costing you $60 to $70 or more. They want to sit here and charge this, but they're not fully functional.
Right.
It's just ridiculous to me, and it irritates the shit out of me because I want to fly planes like the 787. Granted, Magnite's working on it. From what I've seen, he just released an update the middle of last month for it, but don't don't sit there and charge that much. If you're gonna charge for an aircraft that's not complete, charge like 10 or
Right.
$15, and then I'd be like, okay, cool, that's understandable. I'll buy that. But I'm not gonna spend $60 on an incomplete aircraft that they're not constantly updating, e.g. the flight factor 777.
Well, it kind of goes
Yeah.
both ways, you know. I mean, it's either A, they discount the aircraft, or B, they give you a freaking warning that, hey, you know, there may be issues with this, or this. So, you know, I mean, and if you see it, report the bug, you know, and we'll fix it. But there's none of that ever.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
exactly.
I bought a $75 767, and I can't even go direct waypoints in the FMC. I mean, what the? I mean, it's mind blowing.
Cody and
That-
I.
I've been trying to get on
That
with you
simple
about
of
that. Yeah, I've been trying to get online with you about that, getting that.
Yeah, but
seeing
you're coming
if we can
on
figure out
at
your-
4:00 in the afternoon, and I can't do that.
Cody and I
I
tried
got
to
you.
do.
When
We tried
can
to
you
do a
do it?
transatlantic flight,
Come on in
and
the
we
morning.
just couldn't.
Dude, I couldn't even start the engines. And you know, I mean, here's the thing about it. Okay, like Justin just said, because I was listening, I just wasn't speaking. I've been back for like 10 minutes. You know, a Boeing's a Boeing's a Boeing. Okay, I was going through with the, you know, the show you how to do it mode enabled, and it was telling me what to click, and my engine would still not fire. I went to the tablet, ensured that there wasn't any malfunctions enabled. You know, there was no issues with the aircraft physically. I hadn't broken anything, and the engine still wouldn't fire. That was with the APU. I hooked up the air starter unit, same problem. I got number 1 started, number 2 just would not fire to save my life. There were, I mean, no end difference. I mean, you add ground power to it, and there was no spool. You know, I back out the gate, I throw my thrust on number 1 to 80%, no duct pressure, nothing. I mean, it's like, you know, I've done cross-bleed starts plenty of times in the Zibo, no problems, dude. Every day, nearly every day I fly this aircraft at least once. And I can't tell you the last time I actually had a start issue with the aircraft that wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I really want to hop on with you and try and figure this out with you, because, like I said,
I don't think
even
it's
that day.
Look, I'll tell you something right now. I don't think it's anything that you're going to be able to tell me to figure out. To be honest with you, honestly, I think it's the aircraft. I don't think it's anything doing wrong with the aircraft, because I've gone through a pilot already. I mean, a pilot that streams these air. You know, I mean, still known pilot, Ika Messer. I mean, I've heard for 3 or 4 years now. Before I was ever into physics simulation.
That's weird.
That I said, because he with me too. He goes, "Look, you know, you're doing everything right."
Have you
Yeah, I
reinstalled
just
it?
don't understand it, because I hopped on there that first day you told me you were having issues. I hopped right on it. I hopped in at Pope Army Airfield on a stand, and I cranked the APU, kicked on the bleeds, cranked number 1, cranked number 2. Everything worked as it should. You
Yeah,
know, I
I've
just
only
did
been
a
able to
basic
successfully
engine run, so I
start
don't
that
know.
aircraft twice.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really, I don't get what the issue is with the aircraft on your end, because, like,
I don't either.
it just blows my mind that one person, you know, it'll work perfectly for, and then the next it just doesn't work at all. Like, that's
Yeah,
what kills
I
me.
need to rerun the installer and just see if it's updatable, you know, and see if that fixes part of it, and then go through it again.
Yeah, I know they released a new update too, and they're getting ready to release another one where they're giving you a basic glass cockpit. Like, it's not going to be full glass, obviously, but like a lot of your stain
Right.
gauges will be replaced by an MFD.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, that'll be cool too.
The SSG is not a
But-
bad plane. You just got to accept the fact that you're flying a dumpster fire.
Well,
And
yeah,
see,
it's
I
not
have
even
no
a dumpster
problems with
fire,
flying the
because they tell you that it's
747.
Can't
It's
hear
just-
two people talking at the same time.
Sorry, Cody, I didn't mean to step over you. I was
No.
just...
No, you're good. We just both keyed up.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. Like I said, if it's $60 at that price point, and they're advertising it as, here you go, here's the latest and greatest 747-8 at $60. I want full immersion at that point. If you're charging $15, fine. If you're charging $20, fine. If you're charging $30, sure, why not? I can deal with some non-immersion being there. But if you're charging $60 for an aircraft and it's not full immersion, I'm sorry, I can't justify it.
The only thing that kind of eased my mind on that is the fact that you don't have to pay for updates. You're not required to. They don't charge you for that. Because if they did, you can kiss my arse, man. I'm not doing that. You're out of your freaking gourd if you think.
Does PMDG cost to buy the plane?
I don't want to swear.
PMDG is around $60 to $70 an airplane.
Negative.
Okay, so that's...
Negative. Wait. It's $130 per aircraft.
That went up then since the last time I bought a PMDG, because my last one was the 777 through them.
Yeah, but that was for FSX.
I want to say that was $70.
Yeah, that was
for FSX.
P3D, it's $130 per aircraft.
But even still, with the FSX version of the PMDG 777, I paid $70 for it, and I had full immersion. Like, every switch worked for me, everything worked. I could get, Toggle Tommy happy on it, and I could break shit or not break shit, and that's again, meanwhile you got SSG and you got Flight Factor with their 777 offering it at the same price, and you can't do that. The immersion's maybe halfway there is what I'm angry about.
Yeah, listen guys, Kevin just made also another point. With PMDG, you buy the base package and you get a whole bunch of stuff, and then if you want the next package in line, you also have to buy that. So there are extra charges. Like for instance, the 700 and the 600 that wasn't part of the 738, because you get the 738 and the 900 in the base package, and you have to purchase the other two separately if you want them. Same goes for the 747 upgrading to 748. There's an additional charge there, but it's like $30. It's not much, but there is a charge.
Well, it's the same thing with the Flight Factor aircraft. You can get the 777-200LR for $60, or you can buy the full 777 suite for $90, and it's the same thing with the 767 and the 757, if I remember correctly. I can't remember if they had more than 175, but like the 767 and the 777, for a fact, you get one aircraft for $60-70, and then the next upgrade is the other versions of the aircraft for a total of $90. And with the 767, because it worked out well for me, I could justify the price. It was full immersion. Again, that's worth it to me. But just the half immersion just isn't there for me.
Yeah, the half immersion, and then the fact that they take 10 years between updates, that's kind of ridiculous.
Well, Flight Factor hasn't charged me for any of the updates for the 76, so...
Sure, but they are concentrating on updating the 75, 76, and now all of a sudden the Airbus, but that 777 was just no word, nothing that I know of.
I know, and they've got a full team because they're charging $60 to $70. Otherwise, why the heck are you paying that much for that aircraft?
They don't have a full team. That's the problem. I don't want to get into this.
They said they had a full team.
Not anymore. I don't want to get into this live on air. We can discuss it later. No, they don't.
Okay, I got you. I'm just glad to see that Magnite is going along fixing the 787. Like, he's actually, he or she or whoever it is that's working on it is actually, like, legit working on it.
Well, it's the same with Jar Design, same with Zibo. There are guys who are very dedicated. Dollars, the guys are busy the whole time.
Yeah, I thank God for Zibo and those companies, or those people, because, man, the constant pushes of updates just shows you that they're dedicated to it. And see, if Flight Factor showed that initiative, then I'd be fine with that. For the 777, I'd be like, okay, maybe in a few months this will be up to par, and I could deal with that. And again, at that point, I could justify it. But with the 777 just sitting still like it is, I just, and the same thing with the SSG 748. They said that they were bringing out updates to it, what, a year ago, 6 months ago, however long ago, and there still is no update push for it.
Yeah,
It's
where
just
are
like,
they?
yeah, exactly my point. Why, again, I can't justify the cost. And then meanwhile, like I said, you got the Zibo for free, for crying out loud. For free. Granted, they're going off of a basic X-plane aircraft, but it's still free. And if they did charge for it, I would have bought it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And they keep on doing update. You continuously getting updates for free again.
Mic off.
Yeah, and it's like once a day too. It's not like, it's not even like once every week or once every month. It's once almost every day. It's just like, wow.
Hey, James.
Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, sort of off topic. You were speaking about some other software other than Squawk Box earlier. What is it?
Oh, Swift client?
Is it still used for VATSIM, or is it like a different network? Or...
Yeah,
Swift is for VATSIM.
Yeah.
Oh. It's just a new client that they've introduced. They're going away from Squawk Box, and I think there's another one that they use.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in beta, and that's, they kind of rely on the beta testers to, report bugs and stuff like that. I don't report bugs; I just use it. I'm not too.
Well, they do have a full version out.
Update. Well, that's the version I have. It's the latest full, But I still accept the fact that it's still a beta. I mean.
Yeah,
call it full,
yeah, I have that too.
Beta full, It's like the Zibo, anything other than a full, you're kind of dancing with the beast, and you have to accept, sometimes things could go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Whether it be pilot error or not.
Oh, well, I just saw the pictures that Niku shared on the stream as I fixed my audio from, that little set. Because last night I was doing a flight from one of the local international airports over Tambo, and I could not hear what the ground controller was saying to save my life.
Yeah, we've all had those, man. Trust me. Cody knows of one instance I'm talking about.
What?
He said he was having an issue understanding the ground controller, and I said, yeah, Cody knows of a specific issue that I was talking about with that.
Yeah, it was at Lipa.
Yep. You could understand him a little bit, thank God, but I couldn't at all.
I have to turn my my Swift volume up to like 190 to hear controllers effectively.
Oh, wow.
Does Swift change the way the audio works with that, or is it still like the same terrible sounding stuff?
Well, they're still working on the codec release, and that'll be part of implementation in the future with Swift. But I mean, let me tell you something. I don't know if you've ever been in a real aircraft, but in the cockpit of a real aircraft. But the audio sucks. Like,
yeah,
it sounds like you're talking through a tin can and it's muffled. It's it's got this distinct sound to it. It's hard to describe, but it's really not that far off. I think most of the people having issues, it's because they have their mic so far away from their face.
Yeah.
And then, pilots just don't turn their you know, they're adjusting volume up to compensate for it, and they can't hear people. But yeah, I mean, real life, it's the audio quality is not all that great.
No, yeah, I can understand that. I also,
but they're working on that at the
17,
same
pretty
respect
good.
they are working on.
I was decently surprised to hear the audio quality come out of a C-17 for that stuff. So
right,
it was pretty crazy.
Well, you're not getting actual
how pretty
bumps
good
and
the
shit.
quality.
Stuff.
Do what?
Sorry.
Well, so being that I am military, I got to fly on a C-17 from where I live to San Antonio, Texas, and they actually let us sit up in the flight deck with them, and we plugged in, and I was actually listening to the ATC conversation between the pilot and the actual centers and control tower when they came in for landing and everything, and I had to say, like, the audio quality between that conversation, and this was just with a pair of David Clarks, was pretty nuts. It was pretty good, so I was surprised.
Yeah. Discord. So I have to upload somewhere else. Yeah, close to where I stay. Oratombo. Well, I don't know. I guess from which side you ever want to take it. There's a little spot we stand where we can check the aircraft take off and land, and then if you're lucky, not if you're lucky, but the big aircraft always taxi in front of you, very close, and a A350 taxi close by, and that thing is so beautiful.
It's awesome.
I think I'm gonna upload it to YouTube, since Discord wants to be full of shite.
I just want to see the 777X when that thing comes out, man. That's what I want to see, because that thing is gorgeous. I can't stand how beautiful that plane.
Hey Sheepy, have you heard the Pilot Edge codec, the new Pilot Edge codec, when they released that?
Well, in all honesty, I have very little idea what goes on in this flight sim community. I'm like 4 days around here now, so I'm just learning as I go and checking on new stuff. So I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah, so like a year ago, you know, Pilot Edge is another payware US-based air traffic control service. And they're fully staffed between, it's like 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. No, Eastern, I'm sorry. They released a new voice codec that mimics the same type that is used real world. Man, and if VATSIM is doing anything similar to that, I'll tell you right now, it's gonna be stinking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, they have YouTube videos of the beta testers with the new
and it sounds
for VATSIM.
wicked.
Yeah,
I mean,
if it comes out
anywhere
near that, if it comes out anywhere near that, that's going to be phenomenal, because then it will be at the Pilot Edge standard. So
I'm just waiting for them, you know, because I notice right now, like in the cockpit, you know, if I tune to an ATIS, and you know I have the active VHF2 enabled, it'll pull the X-plane ATIS through the comms along with the VATSIM.
Yeah,
so I don't know if that's X-plane's issue or if that's a VATSIM issue. I don't know whose problem that is.
Well, it's just because with the VATSIM / Pilot Edge / X-Plane 11, they're all operating on the same
But see,
frequency.
I never had that problem. I never had that problem with Pilot Edge.
Sorry, Cody. Sorry, guys. Cody, just run that by me again. I came in right at the end of your sentence there. What's wrong with your audio?
So I noticed with the Zibo and VATSIM, you know, like if I tune COM2 over like an ATIS or something like that, and the COM2 button is active, and it's lit up, it'll pull X-Plane's ATIS through the system as well as VADSIM's ATIS. And then when if you disconnect and disable that radio, hitting the COM2 active, and it was dark, then it just plays the pilot edge, VADSIM's ATIS through, and that's all.
I haven't really played with it, but I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, it's irritating.
Yeah.
I've got a tool here. I can't remember the name. We can look it up just now. Don't know if you're looking at my screen. There's a little drop down at the top right hand that comes through there that basically controls the audio. It's got the master, the exterior, interior, co-pilot, radio, environment, and the UI. Your user interface. I'm not sure. I think what I need to do, I know if you go to Dublin, there's a problem with 122.80 on playing an ATIS. I wonder if I just tune down the radio in X-Plane, whether it will kill the X-Plane audio but still leave the rest of the ATIS coming through, from the third party. Don't know if that'll help.
I don't know. Let me see if I can get I don't know if I'm close to Miami to get it. It's 121.
Well, it should, because like the way I have mine set up is anything X-Plane related comes through my TV, and then anything from like VADSIM or Pilot Edge, it comes through my headset.
Yeah, but the way I don't know if Nico's configuration is the same as mine, but everything comes through my headset. There's no separation between.
No,
I changed that.
Yeah, all my audio comes through headset, and the engines and the rest of the sounds, the whole X-Plane sound experience comes through external speakers. It's all split.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I split mine up just for that reason. I mean, I can still hear the X-Plane ATIS when I'm on VADSIM, but it's also coming through a TV that's the volume set up high enough so that way I can hear the aircraft over my headsets. It's funny, but it kind of helps with the immersion for me.
I'm quickly compressing that video and then I'll upload it.
Well, the thing. Oh, jeez. Oh man, we got some weather up ahead. Yeah, got some weather about 30 miles north of me. Now, looks like I'm gonna go straight through it.
I've noticed we're not on the same flight path. I'm way more north than you, northeast. I don't know if you can see on Cute Scoop, VATSPY or whatever. I'm actually at Nassau right now.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it says we're about 5 minutes arrival time apart.
Well, that all depends on Miami Center, what he's going to tune us. I still need to grab a pen and paper so I can write down what arrival and stuff he's giving us, because we've got 17 left and 18 right as arrival runways. So we'll see what he gives.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Blaine 4 will take us either way, though.
Sure, but we still need to know so we can start setting up.
No,
properly.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I understand.
Just saying that's the good thing about the Star.
I'm actually not on that Star. I'm on the Goofy 7.
Oh, it's too Mitchell. Your own thing.
You broke up, say again?
So look at you, Mr. Special, doing your thing. I'm just playing.
I don't know how
Get
I
it,
got
Cody.
that.
I know you just want to beat me to the gate. That's all it is, Nico. You've been getting smoked by John all week.
Oh, yes, he's been giving me carrots.
Shots fired. Yeah, I know he has. Any damn chance he's getting you crap about it. It's like,
have you caught up to him yet?
No. He took a right turn right after. 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 we left Puerto Rico and I made a left.
Okay, now I was wondering whether Nico is caught up to
no,
point.
not at all, not at all.
Little fella has been ahead of me since.
Jeez, guys. Sorry.
Go ahead, Chibi.
Yeah, I'm looking at your guys on the, I guess you could call it a live map, and there's some shit's like terrible clouds up ahead.
Yeah, I've got some serious weather ahead of me right now. I don't know if Nico is on the other side of that cell, but I'm in between two.
Well,
and I really hope they're not converging.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Gonna try and shoot the gap?
Yes, I am.
While we're talking about catching up, have a look at this wonderful advertisement that one of our insurance companies made. I want to put it in general chat. Yeah, I think you'll love that.
Is that the YouTube one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh dear Lord.
We have a headly 2 departure, then as filed, maintain 5,000.
Oh my gosh. What the heck did I just watch? Nico, that was great.
Yeah, how close are you to Miami Centers? Oh, I see you on there. Yeah, you're still
I've got him tuned in, so
50
I can.
miles, 100 miles.
Yeah, I can flick over, but I want to also check this ATC thing. So.
So who's gonna jump out of the aircraft and land right at the gate with a parachute?
Tango when the selected to aircraft with wingspan less than 171 feet. Advise on initial contact.
After just seeing that, I was just thinking, you know, what's it, 34 years since the last Top Gun, and bringing out another one next year. Same Tom Cruise, but he's a lot of.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. And this one's supposed to be like the Independence Day 2, where it's supposed to be about the kids.
Somebody the other day on Facebook, presumably because of this Face app debacle that's all over the place now, where you can make yourself look older with this app, and everybody's now screaming about the privacy and all. They took Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis and they made them old, and somebody wrote on this meme, I can't wait for the love scene, but the two look like 80 years old.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, did y'all read what Tony just posted?
Where did Tony post what? Where?
He posted something in the general chat.
Oh.
There you go, Alex. Way to be.
Guys, this is not funny anymore.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus.
Tell him to fix his audio.
Nah, man, Tony wanted me to shoot down a plane last night while I was doing pattern work in his area on IBAO because he wasn't able to have voice chat. Yeah, I was messing around in the 16, and Tony's like, intercept this guy, and if he doesn't do what I want him to, shoot him down. I'm like, whoa, calm down there.
Guys, I'm just gonna mute myself quickly. I want to listen to this ATIS.
Two can expect to hold short. Notify approach if unable. Notices to airmen. Taxiway Alpha Alpha closed. Numerous planes vicinity airport. Check current notices. Operate transponder with mode Charlie on taxiways and runways. Bird activity vicinity airport. Hazardous weather information from Miami area available from Flight Watch Miami Flight Service Station. All aircraft lead back all hold short instructions and assigned altitude. Taxiway Tango 1 restricted to aircraft with wingspan less than 171 feet. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information after. Miami International Airport ATIS information after. 19530. 1020 at 3. Visibility 8. Light thunderstorm rain. Few clouds at 2,000. 4,000 broken. 9,000 broken. 25,000 broken. Temperature 26. 2.23. Altimeter 29905. Departing runways 8 right, 8 left, 9er. Approaches are being conducted to parallel converging and intersecting runways. Arrivals expect ILS runway 9er, ILS runway 12, RNAV GPS runway 8 left. Aircraft landing runway 9er or runway 12 can expect to hold short. Notify approach if unable. Notices to airmen. Taxiway Alpha Alpha closed. Numerous planes vicinity airport.
Oh, that's interesting. That was the Miami ATIS. I didn't realize. Now that I look closely, I see that's Miami. KMCO seems to have gone completely offline. There's nothing there anymore. Nux. Guys?
Go
What's
ahead.
up, Nico?
Well, I listened to the ATIS, I realized it's the wrong ATIS, and then if I look on the Swift client, there is no more ground, no more ATIS for KMCO. I see Jackson Center and Miami Center is still on, but ATIS, there's no ATIS. Let's see if we can find it via text.
Yeah, it just came back on the Swift client. I've got it again.
Okay.
That's Miami, not MCO. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, all that was for nothing, but that just means we need to start talking to Miami Center. So, I'm going to mute myself when I need ATC, okay? So, if you see I'm muted, that's the reason.
Fine.
Jackson, good afternoon. American 1022, Go 1 is in Orlando.
American 1022, contact Jacksonville Center 124.77.
Over the 124.77, American 1022.
American 1221, Cross Mills, the outer maintained 13,000, the Miami altimeter 29905. Continental 4422, cleared ILS for mainliner approach.
Good ILS, zero there. 422, thank you.
Miami Center, good day, Delta 810 with you, intersection Lima Alpha Uniform Tango Hotel, flight level 360.
The American 1288 radar contact say altitude.
2.5 for 5,000, 1288.
1288, thank you. Climb and maintain flight level 370.
Was that 270 for 1288?
370.
370, American 1288.
Delta 810, squawk 4741, 4741 for Delta 810.
4741 on the squawk for Delta 810. Thank you, sir. Seven and 41.
Norwegian 7044, requesting higher flight to Gatwick.
Red Nose 7044, clearance on request, standby. Falcon 5 Tango Victor, the wind 020 F3, RNAV Sonoy, runway 8 right, cleared for takeoff.
Takeoff, I ride. Also on 500 Eastern.
Continental 4422, runway 9er, clear to land.
Affirmative, Mayor 4422, thank you.
Lot 29 heavy, turn left heading 210.
Left heading 210,
United 985, Miami Center. Red Nose 7044, clear to the London Gatwick Airport via the Valley, 2 departures and filed. Maintain 5,000. Departures with me, squawk 4731, 4731.
Heading up to the Latitude departure, initial is 5,000, squawking 4731, rest of 40744.
Red Nose 7044, read back, direct, expect runway 8 right for departure, call for taxi.
Aircraft departure, we call for taxi, 7044.
And Delta 810, radar contact 10 miles southeast of the Freeport VOR, flight level 360, welcome aboard. Lot 29 heavy, turn left heading 150, intercept the runway 12, localize it.
Left heading 150, localize the runway 1.
Falcon 5 Tango Victor, radar contact at altitude.
Passing 2,100 now, on 500 Victor.
Falcon 5 Tango Victor, thank you. Climb and maintain flight level 400.
400, Falcon 500 Victor.
Lot 29, you're 4 miles from Payana, maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 12 approach.
Before you left 12,
Continental 4422, welcome to Miami, exit left to Quebec 8, and taxi top of the ramp.
You left the land of that only, and taxi on left thank you, 4422, ATC Flight 422.
Hey George, I'm good, how are you?
American 055 ready for taxi. American 055 ready for taxi.
American 55, runway 8 right, taxi via Whiskey Mike.
Whiskey Mike 28 right, American 055.
Excellent.
Miami Center and Dr. Name for the copy, sorry, that's behind one.
Channel Heavy, thank you. The wind of 020 at 3, runway 12, clear lane.
I never had an opportunity to fly earlier today, so this is my one and only flight. And we thought, why not do it on VATSIM? So we've got a couple of guys here on Discord with us. Some are flying online, some are offline. And yeah, we're just trying to enjoy ourselves. Getting a bit late, but we're enjoying it.
American 1022, Miami Center, hello, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Level 240, American 1022.
Miami 7 Southwest 2627, good afternoon, flight level 340.
And there's Cody.
Southwest 2627, Miami Center, squawk 4515, 4515.
57 nautical miles, 2024 Zulu.
Southwest 2627.
American
7 minutes.
1022, proceed direct to Barry.
Very American 1022.
Being under ATC control now, that's not a given. I mean, we can't descend unless we have permission, so we'll have to wait for instructions.
Southwest 2627, radar contact 13 miles southeast of Bimini OR, flight level 340, welcome.
Miami Center, region 7044, requesting test.
Red nose 7844, runway 8 right, taxi via Papa.
8 right via Papa, red nose 7044. Miami Center, los 299, runway 12, traffic.
Lot 29 heavy, give way to the Norwegian 777, and then you may taxi to the ramp via Papa.
Taxi to 10 via taxiway Papa.
And watch 29 heavy behind that heavy 777 that's coming off your right side. Let him go in front of you.
Copy behind 2,000
Red nose 7044, the lot heavy 78 should give way to you. Taxi top of the runway.
Understood, 7044.
American 55, the wind 0203, RNAV Sonoma, runway 8 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, American 055.
Red nose 7044, please squawk normal.
Smoking Charlie, 744.
Okay, well that looks like an RNAV arrival. There is light rain according to the ATIS. If that will stick, we're gonna have an interesting landing. We've got a proper Ian landing that we can do, so we're gonna use LNAV, VNAV on the RNAV down to minimums, then take over and land. Interesting stuff.
3 by 5. Delta 810, cross Bayern out of maintain 1000. Orlando's landing south. The Orlando altimeter 29901.
We'll cross the Baron intersection at 11,000 and 2991 on the altimeter, Delta 810. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation, but anyway, we'll find it. Baron, there we go. So we need to go 1000, 1, 1, 2, 3. There we go.
I'm center roton and the rest for service.
291.
Right, that is done. Increase descent forecast. All done.
American 55, radar contact.
Oops, look at the weather popping up there.
American 055 is passing 1,500.
Whoops, whoops.
American 55, thank you. Climb and maintain flight level 340.
Oh boy.
American 05, climb re-clear 340.
I hope it stays that side, so we're gonna miss it just.
Heavy, the winds now 26013 gusting
Some of
to
it at
18.
least.
The winds are
Oh
variable
goodness.
between 200 and 290. RNAV Gazo, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
Oh, then guys go clear for takeoff 8 right, where's no 7044.
Mic off. Mic on.
Miami Center, Delta 810, ready for descent.
Delta 810, you already received your descent clearance. You can descend as I cleared you for the restrictions.
Thank you, sir. Descending now. 810. Okay. Fancy way of giving a clearance. I'll remember that. George, I think about 2 days now. It hasn't been out long. A few, but I don't have the actual change log in front of me.
Verizon 407, Version 704 from Boston 4000 to 5000.
North Shadow, correction. Resident 7044, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 330.
330, 704.
Southwest 2627, cross Barron out of maintain 1000. Orlando's landing south. The Orlando altimeter 29901.
Cross Barron, maintain 11,000. Orlando land south. Altimeter is 291, Southwest 2627.
Yard 6007, contact Jacksonville Center 13, impression 124.77. So long.
124.77.
Bahamas 840, contact Jacksonville Center 124.77.
124.77 for Bahamas 840.
Alright, there we on VNav again, so we caught up nicely. And this weather is all over, so we currently also have to keep an eye on our outside temperature for icing conditions. So when we go into that patch, if it's I think we're going to go through it. We'll better switch on our anti-ice as well. Make sure we don't get icing problems. Albert, no, I don't. My hours on the 737-800 is all simulator based. I never had the privilege of flying anything bigger than a Cessna 210 in real world, so this is just a dream I'm living. And I've got about 6,500, maybe more hours on the simulator now with the 737-800, so been around a while. I wish I did. I've been very fortunate in working for an airline, riding the jump seat many times, but that's as close as I got.
26 again.
Yes, sir. Can I get a vector 20 degrees to the right approval for weather?
Yeah, deviations right and left, of course, are approved. No greater than 40 degrees either way. Just report when you're back direct to bearing.
Okay, thanks for the approval. 40 either way, and we'll report back on course. Southwest.
Mic off.
Delta 810, contact Jacksonville
Mic
Tower
on.
124.77 today.
12477 for Delta 810. Thanks for the ATC service. Good day.
So,
Mic off. Mic on.
Again. B0 Charlie Alpha, I'm assuming you got an IFR clearance because that's what was filed when I was handed off from ground. So since your VFR, you're cleared out of the Orlando Class Bravo airspace, maintain VFR, maintain an appropriate VFR altitude, and you can resume your own navigation to Merritt Island.
Is he not going to
I
repeat back?
did file a VFR, but it was installed. Thank you very much.
Jacksonville Center, Delta 810 with you, passing 146.
Sorry, the last aircraft calling, state call sign again?
Delta 810.
Delta 810, Jacksonville Center, good evening. Information Charlie is turn at International. Advise when you have the current ATIS, you could expect the visual approach on way 18, correction, way 17 left. Your line of altimeter 29901.
We'll check the ATIS, expecting runway 17 left and 2991 on the altimeter, Delta 18.
ILS approach available on request. Landing runways 18 right and 17 left. Departing runways 18 left, 18 right. Runway 17 right, 35 left closed until further notice. Notices to airmen. Airport surface detection equipment in use.
Zero Charlie Alpha,
is
you
reporting
require
low
flight
key
following
on the
Nelson Island.
taxiways and runways. Airside lamps are uncontrolled. Push and start at your discretion. Call when ready for taxi.
Jacksonville
Use
Center,
caution, waterfowl, birds, and
JJ
deer
525,
in the
Houston
vicinity
Center
of the
offline
airport.
with airspace to the west.
Taxiway Juliet 3 and Juliet 4 is directed to wingspans less than 118 feet. Include your call sign.
Privilege change approved, have a nice day.
Delta 813, fly heading 360, vectors to the final approach course. Delta 810, fly heading 360, vectors to final, maintain 1000.
360, vectors to finals, as down 1000, Delta 18. Alright, that's interesting. So let's quickly catch up with the arrival on the FMC. So we need to go to runway. Oh, let's take ILS 17. Why not? Okay, key.
Southwest 9849, you back on frequency?
Execute.
Back with you, 9849.
Like.
Roger.
It's fine, we don't care, we're under ATC control. Alright, let's get the detail.
Victoria 6007, what's your next waypoint? The Florence viewer?
Correct, for record,
And 110.95.
Delta 810 is going to maintain 900,000.
Descend and maintain 900,000, Delta 18. Hey Sentinel, sorry man, I'm concentrating this side. Only saw your message now. Welcome.
Jacksonville, good afternoon. All 5 Tango Victor, Kilo 400.
Sentinel, it depends on your weather settings and it depends on whether you are using your anti-ice correctly. Any green requires anti-ice on the engines. If it's a severe issue, then put the wings on as well, but usually just the engines. Make sure that they are on. And that should take care of any icing. But if you are using Active Sky, for instance, you need to get the settings from my personal OneDrive. That's the link is in the description below the video. Go fetch the active sky settings, because active sky simulates icing way too badly, so you need to tune it down. Twixter advised us to make some setting changes, so it's all in there.
Delta A10 flight heading 350, descend maintain 4000.
350 4000 Delta A10. What am I doing? Hi, Rudy. Let's slow down. 40. Guys, if I miss some of your chat on stream, I apologize. My concentration obviously is here. Let me quickly check. Okay, Sentinel, just to elaborate a little bit more, even the explain built-in weather, it's just way too much. It's over-exaggerated. It's not real. And one of the things that we do find is that depending on the actual cell and depending on the actual weather in that area, it sometimes breaks the Zibo. I've had it before with Active Sky doing it. That's why we tone it down. So just make sure you get the right settings. If you don't have Active Sky and using something else.
Southwest 2627, sending you 12,500, cross Bain and 11,000 with information shortly.
Southwest 2627, Jacksonville Center, Roger, runway 17 left. Delta A10 flighting 360.
360 for Delta A10.
Southwest 2627, runway 17 left.
We'll expect 17 left, Southwest 2627.
1,000 to go.
Jacksonville Center, Giant 1019 with you, flight level 380.
Giant 1019, Jack Center, Roger.
Hello, American 5621, this is flight level 310. We're currently 30 miles south of the Montgomery BOR.
Sorry, who was checking in?
And we're at Jackson, American 5621, 33 south of Montgomery, flight level 310.
American 5621, Jack Center, good afternoon. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to close. You could monitor Unicom on 122.8. Have a great flight.
Anyway, Jack, so 122.8. Always a pleasure. Have a good one.
Take care. American 810, turn left heading 210, intercept the runway through 17 left localizer.
210 left for Delta 810, clear to intercept the localizer for the runway 17 left.
November 0 Charlie Alpha, Jack Center is going to close. Radar services terminated. Squawk 1200, frequency change approved. Victor 6007, Jack Sheffield Center closing. Radar services terminated. Change to advisory frequency is approved. Good day.
Alright, this is advisory frequency. 07,
Delta
Yeah,
810 to so maintain 3000.
Descend to maintain 3000, Delta 810. Sentinel, that's the
Southwest
most probable cause, eh?
2627, Jacksonville Center is going to be closing. Radar services terminated. Change to advisory frequency is approved. Good night.
Service terminated. Advisory frequency approved. Have a good afternoon. Southwest 2627.
Delta 810, 6 miles from Phonic, maintain 3000 until established. Cleared ILS runway 17 left approach.
Cleared ILS 17 left approach, and we will be turning on the localizer just now, so thank you very much.
Delta 810, roger. Jacksonville Center closing. Radar services terminated. Change to advisory frequency is approved. So long.
So long, so thank you. Changing to 122.8, Delta 810. Thanks for your service. Sentinel, I one day had one of the Zibo developers on stream with me, and I fell out of the sky, and I thought I learned my lesson. Shortly thereafter, same guy on the stream, different place we were flying, same thing happened to me. It's a matter of concentration. I just forgot for 1 second. So it happened twice live on stream in front of the whole world with one of the developers. So I felt kind of silly. Don't beat yourself up. It's something that you just learn and then have to concentrate on. Okay. Alright, good. Yeah, it's humiliating, man. I mean, really. But we've got to get past the ego as well, you know. Right, flaps 30, we've got green lights on the gear, we've got speed brakes armed, we've got auto brake, lights are good. That's probably Cody on the TCAS coming down that side. Well, there's another one. One of these must be Cody.
1,000 feet, stabilize, Mr. Burchell, 6-7.
Approaching 17 left.
Hey, Forsaken. Mats will talk about that just now.
Minimum 300.
Miles, okay, cool. Alright, let's see if ground is still available. Doesn't look like it. Nope, we're on our own. Where is my Discord? Discord.
Yeah.
Cody?
Somebody's got to be there to... Yes, sir.
Sorry, runway vacated. You can come in.
Yeah, I'm sidestepping to 18.
Okay.
I didn't want
Nico,
to
that was a
taxi
nice
to
landing.
Africa to get to airside 1.
Cool, no problem. Thank you so much.
A lot of work getting in there, Nico.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, it makes life worthwhile when you get to do something like this. You know, got to concentrate a bit and get proper commands.
Yeah, that was a really
You
nice looking
did
landing, bud.
detour around that weather, did you not?
Sorry, you both spoke together. I couldn't hear anyone. If you just try again.
You did detour around that weather, did you not?
No, sir. It was on my left. It was okay for me. I didn't have any issues.
Okay, I thought that was you pulling it to the right.
No, that was Cody.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Next one, whoever that was talking to me. I don't have you on screen, so I can't see who's talking.
Yeah, I was just telling you, man, that was a nice landing. At least it looked like it from the other side of the airport.
Yeah. No, that was a decent landing. Perfect one. Miles, to answer your question, no, I'm done for now. It's almost midnight here, and I need to get some sleep. We'll fly again tomorrow, and I just need to find parking and go park. Right, you can come off. We have stowed everything else. We're okay.
I'm still descending at 12,000 feet.
Okay. Oh, this is a long taxi.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I decided to take 18 right.
Yeah, but you could decide. I couldn't. I had ATC telling me where to go. So basically, I've never been in this side of town. Let's see. Well, we are here. What's happening here? I love the scenery.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. I do like it. Are you using the freeware?
No, this is Nimbus.
Yeah. I,
I
use
think.
that too.
Yeah, I've got both. I think it's Nimbus that's enabled right now.
Hey Cody, how far are you from your final?
I'll be turning final here in about 2 miles, about 30 seconds.
Gotcha.
I'm driving way too fast. This poor wheel can't keep up with me swinging left and right. Shame.
That's never good.
Oh, that anti-skid light's probably going on off, flickering all over the place. Let's get back at the wheel.
Yeah, I used to use that big turning thing on the throttle control of the 52 Pro, and it's
Yeah.
that's my
Got it. Yeah, a lot of people use it that way. My X52 Pro is not connected at all. So I took one of my levers from my throttle quadrant and made it a tiller. So yeah, it works. I've practiced a lot. I'm much better, but I'm not perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
Zibo's
just
fault.
running the T16000M.
Okay. Yeah, no, this thing with the tiller is Zibo's fault. When he gave us the option in the tablet, I took it. So thank you, Zibo. That's marvelous that you did that. But I never thought about using. In actual fact, now I'm talking nonsense. The tiller is not in the tablet. It's actually the X-Plane one. What is in the tablet is the speed brake and the flaps. So then I added the one. I never in my life thought of doing it until Zibo put this, options in the tablet, and I then obviously had to, put it right,
that slider on the throttle of the quadrant. Is I use that as a speed brake as well. That's
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got the tiller is my first lever, the second one is my speed brake, and the very last one is my flaps.
Yeah, my flaps is on those. Those 3 switches that you can push up or down on the throttle. That's what I use for my my undercarriage and my flaps.
George, I grew up using my rudder pedals. It's all I had for many years, and like I said, it's only when Zibo started toying with all the other levers that I thought, maybe put the tiller on there as well.
Having rudder pedals is a game changer.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got to get a new set of rudder pedals.
I just bought the Thrustmaster ones, George. They're a bit smaller than the Cytec ones. In terms of size, I prefer the Cytec ones. But these are actually quite cool. Very nice.
Yeah, mine is not the. Mine is the Pro pedals, but they just don't like working properly. They give me some.
And you can't sort it out with the calibration.
No, I might change the pots.
Yeah.
The only time my Satex give me issues is when my chair starts to move back when I'm using them.
Oh yeah. I've got a carpet under me to prevent that.
Yep.
Yeah, eventually I'll pick up a carpet for that.
Yeah, kind of important.
Cody, I see you, man. I see your landing lights.
I've got you on TCAS. I must say, I thoroughly enjoyed this flight. It was long as anything, but it was very enjoyable.
Yeah, I wish I could have hopped on when you guys got on, but My kids had other plans for me, so had to take.
Yeah. Well, part of the reason for me not streaming earlier today was my wife had other plans for me too. So they went the whole early morning stream.
Yeah, I could see that.
How do you approach this gate? I suppose from here. Not sure. Oh, it's a terribly long taxi, Miles. I'm obviously not in the right place. This is a red line, not a yellow line.
Are you still not at the gate yet?
I'm trying to find a gate to go to, but the way this scenery looks, it is actually kind of confusing. I'm quickly gonna
Gotcha.
turn around and then take a sharp angle. Oh, and there's Cody. I can see him coming in. Let's wait. Let's see how he lands.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm over here in the GA ramp doing.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, it looks like he's coming in pretty nice.
Yeah, a little harder than I like, but whatever gets us.
That happens.
Not as hard as I've ever landed. That's definitely.
Not the worst, but not the best, huh?
Oh, by no means.
I mean, if it gives you any happiness, it looked beautiful from my end.
From my end as well, yeah. We could not see a problem.
Nope, I was within the markers. That's where I was aiming.
That's all you can hope for, right?
Well, considering I was flaps 15 at 500 feet, and then I went to a 30. Right.
Holy cow, why so late?
I forgot.
Oops.
There it is. There it is.
I ain't even gonna lie, man. I forgot.
I salute honesty.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Cody just being.
I looked and I was like, oh, hey, look at that. 2 clicks. Okay, and we're there. And see, Nico, and that's why I commented on that. You know, I retorted to that one guy earlier because he was like, oh, you know, my nose dips down when I disconnect the autopilot. Like, dude, I don't know. You're not holding back pressure. Like, that's why your nose is dipping.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cody's just like flying on approach. He's just here approaching minimums. He's at flaps 15. Oh shit!
There it is.
I never started my APU, so I'm going directly to ground power. Sorry, guys, and then shutting down these engines.
I don't think we have those restrictions here as far as that goes. I don't know. I'd have to look up the charts at MCO.
you know, they probably do. The U.S. has restrictions on APU burns, just like any other country. But a lot of that stuff, it's not posted on the public charts. It's like a lot of the European airports post their noise abatements, you know, down to the procedures that they want you to use. The U.S. doesn't do that. They expect you to, like, contact the noise abatement office. I've thought about that, but I was like, they're going to be like, where are you located on the ramp? I'm going to be like, I'm not on the ramp.
I'm just thinking
where
about
it.
Yeah, in my favorite chair.
I want to tell you that I'm at my house on my computer on X-Plane 11. But I don't want you to laugh at me.
There it is.
Yeah. One of the things on Sky Vector is that they continuously warn the flight sim pilots, do not file your flight plan on Sky Vector.
Right.
And there was a very famous incident, probably a year or two ago now, where this young kid, 16, 17-year-old, filed his flight plan there for VATSIM. And the real aircraft in Phoenix, I think it was at KPDX, he actually got the OFP. And there was hell to pay because the captain all of a sudden realized this is wrong. This is not what he should have, but it's his call sign, his everything, you know, but it's going to the wrong place. And so they investigated and actually caught a little chappie.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if he got in trouble for that, though. I mean,
probably.
He's young and
yeah,
but
but
they don't seem like the type of people to give breaks to young and stupid.
No. Well, here we is. We made it. Welcome to Orlando, guys, and Thank you for flying with Skymatics Air today. Thank you for everybody being on Discord with me. I'm going to disconnect the BATSIM. There we go. Tada bye bye. So we don't have any interference.
I'm on finals.
Awesome. Let's close these doors quickly. Hide these guys. Hide them. Put away this GPU.
Alright guys, we all have fun. I gotta get off here for a little bit. I might hop on a little bit later on tonight. Cody, if you are available.
Yeah, I won't be available tonight, but Monday and Tuesday I will be, but probably not this week.
Alright, bud. Well,
bye-bye, George.
You have fun otherwise.
Yes, sir. We'll figure it out eventually, man.
Bye, Sentinel.
Yeah. See you later, Nico.
Bye-bye. Stay well.
You too, bud. Everyone else have a good night.
You too,
too,
sir.
man.
Bye.
Tony?
Love this airport, but man, it eats my frames.
Yeah. Tony, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, it's too late for me to fly now, buddy, but we can do some other time.
Yeah, no problem. You're always welcome.
That looks so nice. That really looks so nice. Mats, it does, but we had one anomaly earlier tonight where a China Air jet was identified as an American Airlines. Don't know why that happened, but that was like the first time I saw that anomaly. But it generally works, and if you install it correctly, the other thing you also get with the Swift client is it puts all the aircraft on one level, so you don't have the split level problem when the guys are using X-plane with runway follow terrain contours. So there's a lot of benefit. And coming back to a previous bit of the conversation, like we already said in the stream, the codec in VATSIM means nothing. It's irrelevant. It is 1% of the whole issue. What needs to change and what is going to change is obviously the client, which is Swift, and then obviously the servers that talk with the client is going to change, and that's going to change a whole bunch of things on VATSIM. So even if you like VPilot and XQuackBox are all going to have to come to the party and upgrade, so to speak, in real time. Because otherwise they're not going to have all the features and benefits that Swift has, because if they implement the new server and hook it up with Swift, then obviously you're going to have all kinds of things like voice on Unicom, and that it will only work in certain range like real radio frequencies does, and all these things. And that's got nothing to do with the codec. It's all about the client and the server. So you're not going to get the same features from VPilot or SquawkBox that you will get from Swift, and the marriage with the server until those guys update. So that's why it's also important to switch to Swift as soon as you can. Definitely needed, yes, true.
Yeah, I'm just moving to parking now, and then I'll shut down.
Awesome.
And I'm shut down.
I'm enjoying my replays.
Thoroughly enjoyed the flight, guys. Really awesome.
Well, thanks, Cody, for organizing.
Yeah, no worries, brother. It was something just quick and last minute, so I'm actually really surprised of the turnout.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to kill the audio on stream. If you hold on tight a second, let me just say goodbye and thank you so much, everybody that watched the stream and enjoyed it with us. I will try, but I'm not promising for a flight tomorrow. I'm really dying to do a flight. If the family allows me, I'll be back. So we'll see you then, or otherwise in the week on Twitch, and next week and then back on YouTube. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend that remains, the part that remains at least.